Panda anthem.
Ian, what's up?
Red Panda anthem.
Red Panda, what's good?
Red Panda anthem.
It's your boy.
Going up.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You want to get some questions?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go to
Janet's not with us today.
Samantha. We coming to you. Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted. What's going on, Samantha?
Where's she at?
Janet is a little under the weather. Shout out to Janet. Get well.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you perfectly.
Yes, how are you? Sick. What's going on?
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. So my question is, if let's say we are planning on having a recession in the next year or 2 years, what are you guys doing to prepare for that, to make sure that you're safe? But also, how do you plan on taking advantage of it if that comes?
That's a great question. You mind if I start?
Okay.
So the matrix that you always have to follow is business first, then investing into the market, then real estate, and then you need a fourth pillar. So you need at least 4 sources. You're going to see this number come up continuously with me. So in the stock market, I'm waiting for everything to at least drop 75%. And if they drop to those levels, Red Panda, let me get some pandas in chat. They'll tell you, man, when the market drops, I never said publicly, I am elated when the market drops. So when 2020 happened and everyone's like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I'm like, I've been waiting since 2008. And I told you guys before, if I can do it over again, I would have went into debt in the millions and borrowed money to then invest in the 2020 market. So I will mark off the top 50 stocks that I'm looking at. I will mark same thing from all-time high. What is a 90% drop off? What is a 75% drop off? And what is a 55% drop off? Those are the 3 areas I would want to buy. Most importantly, everyone has to have some sort of business. Double down in a recession. I'm begging you to. I know people are going to say it's crazy, but the best time to build a business is during a recession, because people are now, for the first time, open. Because if we started to show in 2018, you guys wouldn't have gave a damn. Most people were hurting or bleeding, and I looked at us as like being Dr. House in the emergency room. So if I can patch you up real quick and tell you what to invest in, there's trust there. When a recession happens, corporations, people are open to new ideas. And now the idea that everyone thinks is crazy, you can now get through. So you have to have business, long-term investing, ideally real estate. If you come to Market Mondays Live, Chris will be able to guide you through that part. And then you need a 4th pillar to be able to have some security, and you'll be fine. But all my real investors, you get elated when recessions and pullbacks happen.
I think he just gave the blueprint right there. But the other piece I would just add is be prepared for it, right? Like there's nothing like having a recession or having an opportunity to invest and you don't have the capital. Like, so you get to watch these gains, right? And that's something that we stood on. Like in 2008, I remember like myself, Rashad, Jamal, we were just like, damn, bro, like that was our lifetime event. Like this may never happen again. And so when 2020 came, we were just in a different position and were able to capitalize on it. So
being on FaceTime all day, all night, man, that chat, oh boy. And looking back, 2020, man, I should have found a way. Man, I should have listened to my dad back in 92 instead of listening to Tupac. I should have found a way to get like 100 doors. Because look how much, man, I'll be looking back like, damn, my dad was telling me get 8 doors a year since 96. I was like, no, I'm going to listen to All Eyes on Me. My bad. Stupid. Trying to make up for lost time.
Ambitious as a trader.
Hey, this is what happened when you don't listen. So when you guys are like, yo, I ain't listening to you, I feel you. I'm going through the pain now. But you have to combine real estate and investing because it's really the same game. And then we can talk about acquisition of businesses and, you know, you just want so many assets working for you that it's almost impossible for you to go bankrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got to keep your debt low. You know, no matter what, you just got to follow the same principles. Keep your debt low. You know, cash still rules everything around. That was 25 years ago, but cash is still king. Of course, credit's important. But, you know, when opportunity presents itself, if you don't have money to do anything, then it's not really an opportunity. So that's whether it's real estate or stocks or crypto. the common denominator is that you need capital. Yeah, you could use credit in some circumstances, but having cash readily available is always a good thing. So budget, keep cash on hand, and keep your debt low. Avoid any large purchases, and yeah, that's usually a good way to live, no matter what the circumstances are.
Yeah, and educate yourself. Educate yourself. That'll minimize mistakes. Read as much as you can. Listen to as many informational outlets as you can, and you'll be prepared for it. You'll be prepared for it.
Recessions are the greatest opportunities to transfer wealth to your family. That's like when you guys are talking about generational wealth, that's when the game starts. It doesn't start when we're in an up market and everything is bullish. I beg you guys, go read every single thing. Let me see if Dream Team texted me and told me not to talk about this yet. Go read everything you can on John Templeton. And this is how I know. And another thing, go watch every episode of Market Mondays if you want to be rich. Please. It's not for ego, because I don't need you to go watch anything else of mine. But you notice when recessions happen, everyone that's really rich, they don't say anything because they're out executing. If you get stuff at rock bottom prices, and this may happen once every 10 years, you'll be great. And I can't wait for you to hear Chris's story, because I'm in the state in which he is showing his magic. Man, when I say the boy got his own buildings, the boy got his own buildings. And it was other people who wanted to do it but didn't execute. Trust me, you have to stop looking at a recession as a tactic or a point of time, because most recessions now currently only last 18 months. So if I told you, hey, you're going to suffer for 18 months, but for the next 80, you're going to live like a king, would you not suffer for the 18 months? It's worth it to learn everything about these markets and be able to buy things at rock bottom prices and businesses. And I should have bought music artist catalogs in 2020. There is no perfection in investing and trading. There's always a bunch of mistakes that you make. I should have bought a waterway system in 2020. Yeah, CGW, cool. I should have bought I should have bought a river. My dumb ass. I'm on here arguing. People on YouTube telling me I don't know. Should have bought a river. He don't know. He only knows stocks, and man, he needs to go back to the soup. No, I should have bought a soup company next to a river. There's always chances to improve and be better, man. I look back at the mistakes I made. I'm like, oh my God, how this on that? So all lessons, my brother. All lessons. Samantha, thank you. Shout out to the T-Dot. Let's go to Abdul Rahman. Abdul Rahman. I think I got that right. Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted. What's going on? Yeah. There you go.
Yo.
What's good? How you doing?
I'm good, but I didn't have my handmaids, man.
Oh, okay, brother.
Well, I appreciate everybody, man. I'm just here, man. Just finished fasting. So I was just trying to, get all this knowledge in, baby.
Well, what's the number one thing I can do to help you? And I commend you for your fast too.
Just following, just learning charting. I just downloaded TradingView.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm using that. Got my TD Ameritrade, working on that, So I'm just soaking it in. I'm here now. I appreciate it.
Love it, bro. Love it.
But that's all I got for now. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
Let's do this. Let's go to Robert Washington. Robert, we coming to you. Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted. What's going on, Rob? Damn, I got the fridge break. What's going on? Rob going. All right. Anthony Adams, we coming to you. Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted. What's going on, Anthony? What's the deal?
I'm gonna wrap the show. Let Shotty rest his voice.
Well,
Assets of liabilities tomorrow. Or tonight, excuse me. Sorry.
Actually, on right now, these dudes is reckless.
Where's Janet when you need her?
Where's Janet? Took everybody with her. All these fridge breaks. All right, Jonathan, we coming to you. Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted. Jonathan, are you there, sir?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah, how are you? Yeah, man. People not picking up on us. It's all right.
Man, I'm so happy you guys called me. Excited about this.
It's all good.
All good, man. What's up?
What's up, bro?
Yeah, so my question is in regard to life insurance contracts. So I was looking, trying to figure out a way and what would be the correct way to structure a whole life insurance contract to take advantage of the storehouse and tax-free environment.
Great question. My buddy Dave answered this last week on Stock Club Call. It's not my wheelhouse or expertise, but we do have an advisor here. If he can muster together a couple sentences. You have any advice for him?
Yeah, I think you said the best way to structure a whole life policy.
Correct. Yeah. I guess like what tips should we be looking for?
I mean, there's a variety of different stuff, but one thing that I haven't spoken about, we talk about life insurance a lot, but one thing I haven't spoken about yet, I don't think is whole life. There's different options on how you can pay. Like there's like whole life 100 where you just pay till you're 100 years old, whole life 65, 10 pay, 20 pay. So with the smaller pays, that's more of a premium, but that gives you more flexibility. So like if you have like a 20 pay or even a 10 pay, you're really just paying premium for 10 years. Especially like, everybody's situation is different, but if you're able financially to actually, have that money coming in, that might not be a bad option because now it's like, instead of having to pay life insurance premiums when you're 80 years old, like who really wants to pay a life insurance premium at 85 years old or 79? You could do a 10 pay and just pay for 10 years and that's it. You're not paying anymore after that. Or a 20 pay for 20 years, you're not paying more anymore. Or even 65 if you're looking at it from a retirement standpoint, because a lot of times people, you have to start to scale down your expenses in retirement because you're not working anymore. So the money's not coming in the same. So if you plan to like pay it to age 65 and then not pay it anymore. So that's something that people have to think about with insurance. Like I said, I haven't really spoke about that, but when you get these insurance policies, keep in mind that you got to pay these premiums. You got to pay the premiums, if you're not working, if you're sick, and if you're old. So when I was like, young, I used to see a lot of old policies and people were like 80 years old and they just couldn't afford to pay the premium anymore, or their policy was exploding and stuff like that because they stopped paying the premium. So that's something you don't really think about, but people are living a lot longer these days. So yeah, a shorter premium payment schedule could be beneficial. And then depending on how you structure it, we talked about the ILIT before, irrevocable life insurance trust. Depending on your financial situation, that's another way to go, to take the life insurance out of your name and to put it in a trust. And that way, it helps for estate tax purposes, where the life insurance doesn't add to your money that you have when you pass away. It goes to your estate, it goes to your trust, and that could pay the state of tax. So that's another, we talked about that in the Trapping with EYO course. Mm-hmm. They spoke about this a few times. But yeah, I mean, it's always different. I feel like every week we talk about something different, but I just thought about that 10, 20, 65 pay thing that I haven't spoken about yet. So that's something that you should be aware of if you're looking for a whole life policy. At the very least, look at it and see what your payment options should be, depending on how much the policy is and what makes sense for you.
Yeah. I just got game on the 10 pay too. Shout out to Mr. Bilal. I know you're watching.
10 pay, very, very important.
Yeah.
Like I said, especially if you got money coming in and you can afford to do it, you might not have that same type of money coming in 10 years from now. Who knows? Never know what could happen.
Yeah.
Should have bought an insurance company in 2020.
Next to the brokerage.
I'll send Ninja Trader $40 million in business, can't even get a pen because you can't get inducements and features. I should have bought Tradeovate. Like, I can do a whole episode for like 19 weeks on mistakes that I made. Go listen to 19 Keys' episode.
I'm about to say 19 weeks for 19 keys.
Listen,
another powerful high-level conversation was
had a great conversation.
On 4:44 p.m. on a full moon.
That's a fact.